Good morning, children. Let us start a new chapter. How organisms reproduce. Let's define reproduction. Reproduction is the process by which living organisms produce new individuals of the same species. Reproduction is necessary for the survival and increase in the population of a particular species. If organisms do not reproduce, their population decreases and species will become extinct. How do organisms create carbon copies of themselves? Or you can say, do organisms create carbon copies of themselves? The answer is deoxyribonucleic acid molecules in the chromosome in the nucleus is responsible for transfer of characters from the parent generation to the offspring generation. And during reproduction, the reproductive cell produces two copies of the DNA, which separate into two cells. The DNA copies will be similar but not identical to each other. So the new individuals have slight variations from their parents. This is the basis for variation and evolution of new species. You might have seen if a child born in a family, always the comment comes that he is like her mother, or he is like his father, or she is like her mother or father, likewise. The importance of variation. DNA copying during reproduction is important for maintaining the body design of different organisms to survive in the existing environment. But the environment is constantly changing due to changes in temperature, climate, water levels, etc. If organisms cannot adjust themselves to the change in the environment, then their species will become extinct. If there are variations in some individuals of a species, they may be able to survive the changes in the environment. So, variation in a species is necessary for the survival of different species and for the evolution of the new species. Now coming to types of reproduction. There are two main types of reproduction in living organisms. They are asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Coming to asexual reproduction, it is a process of reproduction in which new individuals are produced from a single parent. And in sexual reproduction, it is a process of reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce a new individual. Asexual reproduction are of many types. They are fission, budding, regeneration, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation, etc. First mode of asexual reproduction is fission. Fission is an asexual reproduction by which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more individuals. Fission is of two types. They can be binary fission and they can be multiple fission. Let us see binary fission. In this method, an organism divides and forms two individuals. First, the nucleus divide and form two nuclei. Then the cytoplasm divide and form two daughter cells. Example, amoeba, paramecium, etc. In multiple fission, this is the method one organism divides in many daughter cells. Example, plasmodium, malarial parasite. Second is budding. In this method, a bird-like projection is formed on the body of the organisms. The bud then develops into a new individual. Then it separates from the parent and forms an independent individual. Example, hydra, yeast, etc. Third is regeneration. In this method, a part of body, if the organism is cut or broken, it can develop into a new individual. Example, hydra, planaria, starfish, etc. Fourth mode is fragmentation. In this method, the body of a simple multicellular organisms break up into smaller pieces on maturation, and each fragments develop into new individual. Example is Spirogyra. Fifth process is spore formation. In this method, structures called sporangia produce tiny cells called spores. When the spores come in contact with moist surface, it develops into new individual. Example, rhizopus or braid mold, mucor, penicillium, etc. Sixth mode of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation. In this method, new plants are produced from vegetative parts of the plant like root, stem or leaf. Example, from roots, dahlia, sweet potato, from stem, potato, ginger, and from leaf, bryophyllum and begonia. Plants produced by vegetative propagation produces flowers and fruits earlier than those produced from the seeds. It is also helpful in the propagation of plants which do not produce seeds like rose, jasmine, banana, etc. So vegetative propagation can also be done artificially by cutting, layering, grafting, etc. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. What are the reproductive parts of a flower? The stamen and pistil are the reproductive part of a flower. Stamen is the male reproductive part. It produces pollen grain in the anther which contain the male germ or male gamete. And pistil is the female reproductive part. It produces ovule in the ovary which contain the female germ cells or female gamete. Pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. It takes place by wind, water or insects. If the pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower, it is called self-pollination. And if it is transferred from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower, it is called cross-pollination. Pollination takes place by insects, wind, water, air, etc. Fertilization. After pollination, it leads to fertilization. After the pollen grain is transferred to the stigma, it produces a pollen tube which passes through the style and enters the ovary and the ovule. In the ovule, the male germ cells or male gamete fuse with the female germ cells or female gamete to form a zygote. This process is called fertilization. After fertilization, the zygote divides several times and forms the embryo, which then develops into the seed, and the ovary develops into the fruit. Reproduction in human beings. Male reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of pair of testes which produces male reproductive cells called sperms and the hormones testosterone. It is contained in the sac-like structure called scrotum. From each testis arises a tube called vasa deferens. It joins to the urethra. The urethra is enclosed in muscular organ called penis. It has an opening called genital pore. The seminal vesicle and the prostate glands produce fluid which provide nutrition and help in the movement of the sperms. Female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries which produces the female reproductive cells called ova or egg and the hormone estrogen. Above the ovary are the tube called oviduct or fallopian tube. The two oviduct unite into a bag-like structure called uterus. The uterus has opening called vagina. Fertilization in human beings. During sexual intercourse, the sperms from the male enters into the vagina of the female. The sperms reaches the oviduct. One sperm fuses with an egg and forms a zygote. The zygote then get implanted in the uterus. The zygote then started dividing to form an embryo. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood through the placenta. The development of child takes 9 months and the child is born. These are the stages of development of early embryo, from fertilization to the implantation and then the growth. Menstruation. The ovary produces one egg every month and the uterus prepares to receive the fertilized egg. Its wall becomes thick and spongy with blood vessels for nourishing the embryo. If fertilization does not take place, then the uterus wall breaks and comes out of the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place every once in a month, and this is known as menstruation cycle. Let us talk about the reproductive health. First is sexually transmitted diseases. These are the diseases transmitted through sexual contact. They may be bacterial infection like gonorrhea and syphilis, or viral infection like warts and HIV/AIDS. Prevention of pregnancy or contraception. Pregnancy can be prevented by 3 main methods. They are barrier methods, chemical methods, and surgical methods. First, barrier methods consist of using condoms, diaphragm, cervical caps, copper T, etc. In chemical method, it consists of taking drug like oral pills, vaginal pills, etc. And third is surgical method, consists of removing or tying a small part of vasa deferens in male, that is known as vasectomy, or fallopian tube in female, that is known as tubectomy.